Grand Rising Loves. This is the altar spread for the collective consciousness today, and happy holidays. So I really like this spread for today. And I myself am moving through some really powerful energy, and this is kind of a wacky holiday this year. And so as far as like gift giving and spending time together, hopefully it's really bringing to the foreground what your priorities are. What is the true purpose for your existing right now? And who is it most important to be connecting with? And how is it most important to be connecting? And I really feel like this shakedown is so important. And so the sacred geometry that showed up today is Merkaba. And this showed up already before. And this is about the balance, the perfect balance. I love that this star showed up though today. So the whole symbolism behind Christmas, right, is that it's the birth of this Messiah. And I hope you really go down this rabbit hole, but today is not really his birthday. And this is the day we celebrate it. And so really the symbolism behind the day is more important than the day. And so you can actually take this message into every single day. And so the Merkaba is that grand star, right? Like the joining of Saturn and Jupiter that just happened, that appeared like this giant Christmas star in the sky, right? And so the downward pointing pyramid is like the chalice, the feminine energy, the receiving, the receptacle of receiving. And it's the earth and water energy that courses through our bodies. And the upward pointing pyramid is the directive energy. It's fire, it's air, it's the sword of male energy. And we all have everything. And so when we become more whole in our own existence and our own being, it makes our human experience more powerful and harmonized. And so the Merkaba, Merka and Ba, right? This is the joining of spirit and body and mind. And that's also, even in the word itself, is becoming more whole. It's the harmonizing of our parts. And I always said the greatest gift of self-love is appreciation and choosing yourself. And so meditation is that deep communion with self. And it harmonizes your parts, because the spirit was always meant to be in the driver's seat. And so the more you commune with yourself, the more you realize like that is the right path, that is the right way. And so what did I choose as my action in this human experience? What did I choose as my directive male energy in this human experience? And can I put proper intent, pure intent behind that and stay in my highest integrity? Can you? And then the receiving, that deep feminine surrender in the process of falling into the unknown, and knowing that the unknown is teaching you to trust again, to rewrite that cell memory that has completely caused not only the chaos, but corruption that we're experiencing. And so I love that Merkaba showed up, and that's a beautiful gift in itself. And so the drum showed up, and the drum talks about the heartbeat of existence. This is one of my favorite Christmas songs. So I chose this also because the drum showed up. And so feel into that pulse that's unlike your heartbeat, that frequency, the frequency of all that is. And know that this is what you're supposed to be aligned with. And it has nothing to do with the material realm, but we can bring this frequency in to material. And so the drum calls you to align your path, align your parts. So it echoes the message of Merkaba. But Merkaba talks about doing it energetically, and the drum talks about doing it through matter. And so it cannot be done through matter unless it's done through energy first. So know that, and be gentle with yourself. If it's not showing up in your material existence, your reality, it's because it's not happening inside energetically. And so be gentle with yourself and just work on those parts of you that are not in alignment. And rhodochrosite is beautiful fire energy that brings the solar plexus into the heart, and it helps heal the passion of your human existence. And I do not have anything as fancy as this beautiful rhodochrosite in matrix. So I thought I would pull up one to share because that is so beautiful. This is raw, gemmy rhodochrosite. And I hope you can see this. Oh, there we go. It's so pink and beautiful. And here I am shaking because I'm reaching around this apparatus. So holding my arms like this is just awkward. Okay, I don't know if I can... I can't do it right. I can't do it without shaking. I'm sorry. I tried. Anyhow, rhodochrosite connects us again with the inner child. And when any of that energy is brought through the heart, remember the heart is where we access all timelines, all dimensions, all facets of ourself. And so the inner child is where we start storing that cell memory. But cell memory can even be as old as past lives. And so feel into that. But when you connect with your inner child is what forges the path for this human inception. And so if you are misaligned from early childhood because you started contracting amnesia early, you may be feeling like you're getting an entire overhaul of your life right now. So reconnecting with that inner child will really help align your parts, harmonize your parts, get back to self, and find those parts of you that you've relinquished to some complacent path of programming, which is not even you. And so it can feel like everything is being destroyed. But really what's happening is that the facade is being broken so that you can return to the authentic path that you actually chose as your birthright. And so it's exciting times right now. It really is, as horrific as it may be feeling or as intense as it may be feeling. And I myself am even moving through things like that. And I will be joining a sacred sweat tomorrow. And whenever I'm about to do something really powerful, my spirit starts preparing days in advance. And so I've been really processing, and yesterday was a day of rage, really. And it really wasn't even like rage. It was just deep discomfort. And so our moon is how we process emotion. And normally not a hugely emotional person, I can go into the highest side of Virgo, which is my moon, and organize. And my environment is harmonious. But because I'm in this purging phase right now, because I'm about to go into a deep rebirthing tomorrow, I was in the very low side of Virgo. So, angry and persnickety. And it was not feeling very me. So, and I knew it. Virgos tend to repress their emotion like this, like I'm expressing right now very freely. But Virgos tend to repress that. And so I noticed that when I'm most stressed and most emotional going into the high side of Virgo, I'm able to organize and express emotion very freely because it's very grounding. But in purging, and if I'm processing ego shit, that's when I'm in the low side of Virgo, where I don't show emotion and it comes out more as like that persnickety and angry, like cranky behavior. And so it kind of sucked, probably for my kids. And my sweet friend who came to spend the day with me yesterday, she even said, "You are so not like yourself today." And even though I made the most delicious meal and my kids were so beautiful, I could feel the intense energy moving through my body. And I said, when everyone is quiet in the house tonight, I will cry myself to sleep. And I did, and I didn't even stay up late. I shut everything down early, and I didn't even wait for the turn. I put my ass to bed. So this is important. The reconnecting with those parts of yourself where the change began to happen. So I knew what was coming up for me, and I recognized really why I was feeling that. Not only because I'll be in the sweat tomorrow, but because that's the parts of me that create a wedge. So every moment I am reconstructing myself, and those people that I invite into my sacred space, I hold them to the same accountability that I hold myself. And I can't share space anymore with people who can't do that. And it's not judgment, it's more discernment, because the frequency has to be an equal exchange for me, because that's my most valuable currency. And I need to surround myself with people who understand. Even like yesterday, when I'm not being myself, it's because I'm becoming more myself. And so I'm so blessed, actually, to have people like that. See, I'm feeling good. So, Contour Yakchak, the blessings from the son of Hanapacha. This is about the condor. And the condor is one of the most powerful birds on this earth plane, and has come to the brink of extinction many times. I mean, this is wild. Not just one time, many times. And their extinction was happening because of humans. And so humans had to right the situation. And so they have been brought back into this revival. And so the message of Condor is revival. It is that fortitude and strength that brings you to the brink of destruction and back again. And there's a quote that I love by Pablo Neruda that talks about facing annihilation again and again to find those parts of yourself that are indestructible. And that's actually why I participate in sweats and do the deeper work like that. And I have, through my experience, found those experiences to be far more powerful than plant medicine. And it's just you with you and facing death and coming back from that. And there's really something to be said about that rewrites cell memory too, because our souls have been through the human death experience so many times. And I have been near death even as Sherry, and this is not in sacred healing, but truly near death, and have come back from it. And those experiences are powerful and humbling. And it really destroys ego. And so when I say, like, it can be done and that ego is an impediment, I say it from experience, and I know. So this holiday, when you're surrounded by people who trigger the fuck out of you, because family is so good at that. And it's why we choose the family units that we choose. Thank them. Be grateful for the experiences that are like the purifying fire. That you can feel the deepest feels of discomfort. And if they can't hold you through that, they're not your people anymore. They're not your people anymore. And you have to release guilt around finding new people and realigning with your path. That is your birthright, following that pulse, that drumbeat. And that's the spread. Thank you. From my sacred space to yours, happiest of holidays. And if you need me, it's divinityin.me is my website. And I do have gift certificates available and plenty of Florida water to cleanse and shield yourself into this new season. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.